Hello again and welcome back to the video lessons of IELTS speaking. In this particular video, I'm going to discuss the third criteria of evaluation, which is grammatical range and accuracy. In previous videos, we have discussed two other criteria. The first was fluency and coherence, and second was lexical resource, and this is the third one. So as you know, the left side is the band descriptors part and the right side is the explaining the part for you to simplify the meaning. Okay, so the first one is saying use a wide range of structure, complex structure. If you know that in English grammar what is complex structure, right? If you don't know, we are going to discuss that, but simply you can understand the longer sentences connected with linkers or connectors, right? And that should be natural. It should not look awkward, right? And there should be some flexibility, means different grammatical devices. So if you explain it a bit, this simply means use variety of grammatical structures ranging from active passive sentence to conditionals to relative, and using different type of tenses in the same answer. So variety of grammatical devices, right? The second part is produce error-free sentences. Simple. It simply means avoid grammatical errors, especially which is too obvious. So if any grammatical errors can become a barrier to your communication. It means you're not able to convey exactly the idea that you want to because of the grammatical error. There you will lose the mark badly. So you have to be careful that. So that if your mistakes are too obvious and people can understand or not able to understand, I'll say that what you're trying to say, that that basically the tense related mistakes. So you have to be careful with the tense related mistakes or basic prepositions or even passive voice, because passive voice can completely change the meaning of a sentence, right? So if you say five people are killed or five people killed, both are different. So when five people are killed means five people are the victim, right? And somebody else has killed them. But when you say five people killed, it means five people are the criminal. So just active and passive can completely change the meaning of a sentence. So you have to be careful. So only two things. It's very simple, the grammar part. You have to use the range of grammatical devices, right? And you don't have to make mistakes if you're looking for higher band skill. So let's try to understand it with an example. Here's the question: what time do you wake up in the morning? That is the question, right? Now, as I did earlier, you have got two versions of answers. First is the weaker version. The second one is a better version. And again, this particular part is focused on the grammatical range. So let's look at the first version. And this red mark simply um, mistakes, or perhaps not variety has been used. Either mistakes or varieties. So let's see. I wake up at 5 a.m. usually. Now there's a grammatical mistake. Usually should be mostly used in the beginning. So it should be usually I wake up at 5 a.m. Sometimes I am on leave because of I wake up late. Now you can see the because of we cannot use before a complete sentence. So either you have to say because I wake up late, or you have to use some other words. And then you can see there is no complex sentences. There are two short sentences. Then the third sentence, if no work, I enjoy the whole day on bed. So if no work, see, this is not a sentence. If there is no work, it should be there. If I want to choose, it's a very simple kind of language. I will sleep, and again, perhaps as long as afternoon. So that's not right word here. You can use sleep until afternoon. So mistakes and no complex sentences. And every time you're using only simple present, you can say I wake up, I am on leave. If so, this is what I'm trying to say. Lack of variety is there, grammatical errors are there. So let's try to look at a better version of the answer. Well, I usually wake up at 5 a.m. and it's a complex sentence. See, I usually wake up at 5 a.m. But if I'm on leave for some task, and this is a complex sentence, it's first but it was connected. Now I'm using if to relate to sentence. If I am on leave for some task, I wake up late. So you can see this is a complex sentence. Grammatical devices are used accurately. However, so smoothly now it's being passed. That's perhaps the part of the coherence. If there is no work, again a complex sentence, you can see that if there is no work, I enjoy the whole day on bed. So again there is a combination of two sentences. On the other hand, if I had the choice, instead of saying if I want to choose, that seems too cheap, right? So if I had the choice, so I'm using different grammatical devices. You can see here, first simple present, then conditional sentences, and now I'm using conditional, but this time I'm using imaginary conditionals. If I had the choice, I would love to keep lying in until the afternoon. So you perhaps what's their right use of grammatical device, complex sentences, different type of grammatical devices have. So variety was there, complex sentences are there, accuracy was there. So you will get the maximum band skill in this, right? I hope you have been able to understand that. Thank you very much for watching this video. And in the last, not last, but just after this video, we're going to understand the fourth and the final criteria of evaluation. Until then, bye.